Okay, well, give it a couple of minutes just to see if we can get people back on. For some reason, there was a copyright issue. I'm not quite sure why, but it's back on now. So we'll give people a few minutes just to get back up to speed, and go from there. Back on now?
No.
Should be back on now. Go back to my channel. You have to go back to my channel and go back on. It's on now. People are on.
People
Don't know. No, it's not.
There's a lot of excited.
It's back on anyway. People will be listening. You're talking. Okay, people are gradually working their way back on. I'm not sure. It said there was a violation of something. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but people are getting back on. So we'll give it a couple of minutes just to. It's back on. It should be. If you go to my channel. You've broken YouTube. You're not wrong. People are getting back. We're getting numbers back up now. I haven't broken YouTube. Not the first thing you violated. Back. People back. So if you've got people who you know are on, tell them to just go back to my channel, the Whitey the Ranger channel, and it's back on as live. It's not on as the original feed, which was the pub quiz. Refresh my channel. So yeah, there's been I don't know what it was exactly, but there's been people are getting back on. So if you tell people to refresh the channel and that kind of thing, we're up to 42 now. I'm just texting people and trying to get. Yeah, I know. You've been watched from the powers above. So we're back up to 48. I think we were up to 85 individual lock-ins before. So yeah, somebody said some of the stuff. People, Michelle's back in. That's good. Michelle Golightly's back in. Well, you got one round to go. Ah, good. McFadden's in the parks are back. People are getting back up to 55 anyway. So we're getting there now. I think we were up to 85 before. We'll give it a couple more minutes. Sorry about the delay. It might have been some of the jokes. Somebody said it was your teeth. It's so rude about my teeth. Back on now. People are back in. Good. Somebody said 13 on round 3. It's okay because you're a teacher. You'll still be nice. It's good. It's all about the participation. So that's what it's all about. Somebody says, can only see the previous three. So what you need to do is, so back up to 67. We're getting there now. We'll give it 2 more minutes. We'll give it 2 more minutes to try and get back up to that 85, and then we'll go again. We're on to round 4, which is geography. I'm not sure what went wrong there. Maybe some of the mentions. We haven't started, Kevin. Don't worry. We haven't started. Craig, we're back. We're up to 70. Yeah, got to tread carefully. Got to tread carefully with a variety of different messages to who might have shut us down there. We're back up to 70, 71. So we're nearly at full capacity. No, we haven't been taken down. We've not done anything crazy. We're back. We're all back. Kay says tread carefully. I know. Joe and Kay. We're back up to 73.
Dad, it's the badge on the bottle.
We'll give it a couple more minutes. Yeah, we've got lots of people back on. We've got lots of people back on now. Up to 74. We'll give it 2 more minutes till 10 to 10, and then we'll go. Okay. Okay. People are back on. We're up to 82. We're getting there now. Yeah, it's nothing major. Nothing major. I think it's probably just maybe the bottle on the beer or something like that. The Riverbank Ducks, we didn't go anywhere. It's the effects of the disinfectant. Could easily be, couldn't it? Could easily be. I just hope we haven't lost anyone who was doing well. Okay. All right, it's 9:50. We're back up to 85, which is where I reckon we were before. We'll try and get through this without being chucked out again. Just puts 50p in the meter. It might have been. I'm not sure what it was. I'll investigate what it might have been afterwards. But it looks as though we're back up to full capacity. Mike's back. The Saddlers are back. It might have been the innuendos. It could have been, but we look like we're back up to full capacity anyway. So we've got our 4th round, final round. 20 questions, 25 marks to get us up to our 100. And Scully says, I'll get an email explaining why I got kicked off. I look forward to receiving that later on. So we'll get cracking. Question 1, geography and history. In what year did the Titanic sink on its maiden voyage? Question 1. In what year did the Titanic sink on its maiden voyage? Question 2. At 5,895 meters, which Tanzanian mountain is the highest in Africa? Question 2. At 5,895 meters, which Tanzanian mountain is the highest in Africa? Don't worry, if you log back in late to the round, we'll go through the questions again, so it's not a huge problem. Question 3. In which year was the Queen actually coronated? Not the year she became Queen. Question 3. In which year was the Queen's actual coronation? Question 3. Question number 4. Which European country shares its borders with 9 other countries? Which European country shares its border with 9 other countries? Question number 5. What nickname did Mary I of England acquire after ordering the deaths of thousands of Protestants? Question 5. What nickname did Mary I of England acquire after ordering the deaths of thousands of Protestants? Looks like most people are back on anyway, so I do apologise for what happened before. I'm not sure exactly what we did wrong, but we'll find out via email, no doubt. Question number 6 is a 2-mark question. In which country are the ancient pyramids located, and what is their full name or title? What are their full name or title of the pyramids? In which country are the ancient pyramids located, and what is the full name of them? What is the proper Sunday name? I'll accept there's 2 answers. Don't worry, Tom, I'll repeat them for you at the end. Okay, if you missed 1, 2, and 3, don't worry. Penrices are back on track. Everyone's back on track, I think. Just double check. If you joined us late, don't worry, because we will read through the questions again. We're back up to where we started in terms of numbers, so well done everyone for logging back on. Okay, question number 7. Which renowned admiral led the British Royal Navy in the Battle of the Nile in 1798? Question 7. Which renowned admiral led the British Royal Navy in the Battle of the Nile in 1798? Question number 8. Which European capital city is divided by canals into 90 islands and is joined by 400 bridges? Question number 8. Which European capital city is divided by canals into 90 islands and joined by 400 bridges? Question number 9. What was the name of Adolf Hitler's mistress? Question number 9. What was the name of Adolf Hitler's mistress? Martin and Lydia Casson are back on, looking to build on their score of 28. I think that's over on Bellrig as well. Okay, question number 10 is a 4-mark question. Dial in, get ready. Question 10. 4 Lake District lakes are over 5 kilometers long in length. Which lakes are they? Question number 10. 4 Lake District lakes are over 5 kilometers in length. Which lakes are they? Okay, people are back in, which is good. Okay, question number 11 is a 2-mark question. Question 11, 2-mark question. Don't worry if you've logged back in, we will read through the questions again so you don't miss out. The Battle of the Bulge, which is the last major German offensive on the Western Front in World War II, was fought over 3 countries. Luxembourg is one. What were the other 2 countries? Yeah, technically there's only 1 lake. The others are waters and meres, so it's including the waters and the meres. All right, for question number 10. They're Lake District lakes. But yeah, there is only 1 lake in there, but that's what they're known as. So question 11, the Battle of the Bulge, which is the last major German offensive on the Western Front in World War II, was fought over 3 countries. Luxembourg is one. What are the other 2 countries? Question number 12. By population, after London and Birmingham, which city is the 3rd largest in the United Kingdom? Question 12. By population, after London and Birmingham, which city is the 3rd largest in the United Kingdom? Question 14. Sorry, question 13 even. Question 13. Which two Asian countries have technically been at war since 1953? Question 13. Which two Asian countries have technically been at war since 1953? That's question 13. Question 14. If you visited Greenwich Village, Chelsea, the High Line, and the Guggenheim Museum, what city would you be in? Question 14. If you visited Greenwich Village, Chelsea, the High Line, and the Guggenheim Museum, which city would you be in? A lot of people back in, so we'll rewrite questions. Don't worry. Okay. Where are we at? Okay, number 15. Which Mesoamerican culture inhabited Mexico from 1300 to 1521? Question 15. Which Mesoamerican culture inhabited Mexico from 1300 to 1521? Question number 16. What is the capital city of Sweden? 16. What is the capital city of Sweden? Question number 17. Which queen of the Celtic tribe led an uprising against the Roman Empire in AD 60 and 61? Which queen of the Celtic tribe led an uprising against the Roman Empire in AD 60 and 61? Question 18. Melbourne is the capital city of which Australian state? Melbourne is the capital city of which Australian state? Question 19. What material was used to make a famous bridge in Shropshire in 1779, which has a place named after it? Question 19. What material was used to make a famous bridge in Shropshire in 1779, which has a place named after it? And question 20, the final question for this evening, and we'll read through them again for those people who've joined back in with us. Question 20, the Rogers Centre, the CN Tower, Ripley's Aquarium, the Distillery District, and the Lake Ontario shores would be seen in which city? Question 20. The Rogers Centre, the CN Tower, Ripley's Aquarium, the Distillery District, and the Lake Ontario shores would be seen in which city? Okay, so we're back up to 90 logins. I can't remember, I wasn't looking throughout, so I'm not sure exactly where we were to begin with, but we can't be far away. So we'll quickly whip through those questions again. And those of you who missed or logged in a little bit late, we'll catch them, and then we'll do the answers. I'll give you a little bit longer in between. So question 1, in what year did the Titanic sink on its maiden voyage? Question 1, in what year did the Titanic sink on its maiden voyage? Question 2, what is the highest mountain in Africa? Question 2, what is the highest mountain in Africa? Question 3. In which year was the Queen actually coronated? Not which year she became Queen, but which year was she actually coronated? Question 3. Question 4. Which European country shares its border with 9 other countries? Question 4. Which European country shares its border with 9 other countries? Question 5. What nickname did Mary I of England acquire after ordering the deaths of thousands of Protestants? Question 5. What nickname did Mary I of England acquire after ordering the deaths of thousands of Protestants? Question number 6, 2-mark question. In which country are the pyramids located, and what is the full proper title of the pyramids? Question 6, a 2-mark question. In which country are the ancient pyramids located, and what is the correct title of the pyramids? Question 7. Which renowned admiral led the British Royal Navy in the Battle of the Nile in 1798? Question 7. Which renowned admiral led the British Royal Navy in the Battle of the Nile in 1798? Question 8. Which European capital city is divided by canals into 90 islands, and those 90 islands are joined by 400 bridges? Which European capital city is divided by canals into 90 islands, and those 90 islands are joined by 400 bridges? Question number 9. What was the name of Adolf Hitler's mistress? Question 9. What was the name of Adolf Hitler's mistress? Question 10 was a 4-mark question. 4 of the lakes in the Lake District are over 5 kilometers in length. What are their names? I know they're not all lakes, called lakes, there's only one. But 4 Lake District lakes are over 5 kilometers in length. What are their names? Craig's been to the pyramids. They're so disappointing. Incredible to think of how they were built, though, back in the day. I've been to Egypt. It was a pharaoh way. It was Niles. But I didn't go and see the pyramids. I went to Sharm el-Sheikh. So there you go. Question number 11 was a 2-mark question. The Battle of the Bulge, which was the last major German offensive on the Western Front in World War II, was fought over 3 different countries. Luxembourg was one. What are the other 2? Question 11, the Battle of the Bulge, which was the last major German offensive in World War II. Was fought in 3 different countries. Luxembourg is one. What are the other 2? Question 12. By population, after London and Birmingham, which city is the 3rd largest in the UK? Question 12. By population, after London and Birmingham, which city is the 3rd largest in the United Kingdom? Question 13. Which 2 Asian countries have technically been at war since 1953? Question 13. Which 2 Asian countries have technically been at war since 1953? Karen says, was that the year you rocked up to school in shorts and sandals? I'm assuming you're not talking about when I was a pupil, but when I was a teacher. Yeah, it was, yeah. They were flash then. I've still got them. Question 14. If you visited Greenwich Village, Chelsea, the High Line and the Guggenheim Museum, which city would you be in? If you visited Greenwich Village, Chelsea, the High Line and the Guggenheim Museum, which city would you be in? Question 15. Which Mesoamerican culture inhabited Central America and Mexico from 1300 to 1521? Question 15. Which Mesoamerican culture inhabited Central America, obviously given Mesoamerican, and Mexico from 1300 to 1521? 16. What is the capital city of Sweden? Mike Sadler enjoyed my Egypt gags there. Been waiting for ages to use them. 17. Which queen of the Celtic tribe led an uprising against the Roman Empire in AD 60 and 61? Everyone seems to back on, which is good, which is great. 18. Melbourne is the capital city of which Australian state? Question 19. What material was used to make a famous bridge in Shropshire in 1779, which also has a place named after it? And 19 again. What material was used to make a famous bridge in Shropshire in 1779, which has a place named after it? And question 20. Final question. The Rogers Centre, the CN Tower, Ripley's Aquarium, the Distillery District and Lake Ontario shores would be seen in which city? Okay, we'll go through the answers. Oh no. Let's just see if everyone got back in. Yep, no worries. Okay, so the answers. Number 1. In what year did the Titanic sink in its maiden voyage? 1912. 1912. Question 2. Mount Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro. Question 3. The Queen was actually coronated in 1953. 1953. She became Queen in 1952, but upon the death of her father, she thought it was inappropriate to have the pomp and ceremony of a coronation in that year, so she was coronated in 1953. Question 4. Which European country shares its border with 9 other countries? It's Germany. Germany for question 4. Question 5. Mary I of England acquired the nickname of Bloody Mary after ordering the death of thousands of Protestants. Question 5. Bloody Mary. My sister said, CN Tower, Mum loved that observation deck up there. Yeah, she did. It had a glass floor, 1,500 feet up. Question number 6 was a 2-mark question. In which country are the ancient pyramids located? They're located in Egypt. And the full name is the Pyramids of Giza. G-I-Z-A as opposed to the Cockney Giza. G-I-Z-A. So the Pyramids of Giza. Spelling not important for that one. If you put the ancient Pyramids of Giza, that's fine. If you put the Pyramids of Giza, that's fine. But it's Egypt and Pyramids of Giza. Question 7. Renowned admiral led the British Royal Navy in the Battle of the Nile in 1798. Admiral Nelson. 1953, the same year Blackpool also won the FA Cup. There you go, 1953. So Stanley Matthews, perhaps? Question number 8. Which European capital city is divided by canals into 90 islands joined by 400 bridges? It is Amsterdam. Question 8. Amsterdam. Ian Buchanan knows a lot about the tourist attractions of Amsterdam. Last time we had a question on Amsterdam, he recommended several sites, which is always really helpful as we aim to be informative as well as providing entertainment as well. Question number 9. The name of Adolf Hitler's mistress, Eva Braun. Eva Braun. Question 9. Question 10. 4 Lake District lakes are over 5 kilometers in length. What are they? Windermere, Ullswater, Derwentwater, Bassenthwaite Lake. Windermere, Ullswater, Derwentwater, Bassenthwaite Lake. Yep, 1953, the Matthews Cup final. Stanley Matthews played professionally into his 50s, 53 perhaps, I think, or something like that. He finished his career at. Quite incredible. Question number 11, 2-mark question. The Battle of the Bulge, which was the last major German offensive on the Western Front in World War II, was fought over 3 countries. Luxembourg is 1. The other 2 are Belgium and France. Belgium and France. Ian Buchanan says, correct, you can't beat Amsterdam. Its canals are beautiful. There you go. Craig Mike says, I've been to Amsterdam with Anne Gill from Pat Castle. There you go. Well, I hope you and Anne had a lovely time in Amsterdam. Maybe saw some tulips while you were there. Always a nice sight whilst in and around the Dutch capital. Question number 12. By population, after London and Birmingham, which city is the 3rd largest in the UK? It's Manchester, with approximately 1.9 million residents. Number 12 is Manchester. Blackpool were 3-1 down versus Bolton and won 4-3. The Stanley Matthews Cup final. The Seasiders bringing the FA Cup back to Blackpool. Question number 13. Which two Asian countries have technically been at war since 1953? North Korea and South Korea. No peace treaty was ever signed, despite the fact that peace talks being relatively successful. So technically they have been at war since 1953. North Korea and South Korea. Question number 14. If you visited Greenwich Village, Chelsea, the High Line and the Guggenheim Museum, which city would you be in? You'd be in New York. Question 14, New York. Question 15. Which Mesoamerican culture inhabited Central America, well, Mesoamerica means Middle America, and Mexico from 1300 to 1521? It is the Aztecs. 15 is the Aztecs. 16. What is the capital city of Sweden? Stockholm. Stockholm is the capital city of Sweden. 17. Which queen of the Celtic tribe led an uprising against the Roman Empire in AD 60 and 61? Boudica. 17. Boudica. Question 18. Melbourne is the capital city of which Australian state? It is Victoria. Question 18. Victoria. One of my favourite places in the world, Melbourne. Capital of Victoria. Question 19. What material was used to make a famous bridge in Shropshire in 1779, which has a place named after it? Iron. And the place that's named after it is Iron Bridge. They thought long and hard, had lots of consultations, spent millions on the meetings, and then somebody came up with the rather original name of Iron Bridge. Solid. Question 20. The Rogers Centre, the CN Tower, Ripley's Aquarium, the Distillery District, and the Lake Ontario Shores would be seen in Toronto. Question 20, Toronto. Okay, you should have 100 marks in total. Add up your 4 score rounds. Many apologies for the technical difficulties in that. Yep. Ooh, Coniston is 8.8 kilometers. Let me just one second. Let me check that one. Yeah, I thought Coniston was longer than that. Let's have a look. Yeah, I thought Coniston would have been longer as well. All right, let's chuck Coniston in there. If you've got Coniston, you can throw Coniston in, because I thought Coniston was longer than that. Let's have a look. I couldn't believe it when it wasn't on there before, when I was checking the answers, actually. Let's have a look. Lake District rates. It says, yeah, Coniston Water is. Yeah, Coniston Water is. So we'll go with Coniston as well. 82 with Coniston, that's fine. Get Coniston on there. If you've got Coniston, I'm with you. It's completely correct. Okay, so we've got the Penrices 88. 87 for Gary Denham and the crew with Coniston, and you've got Coniston. Mike Ian and Steve 90. Edmondson's shock on the last round 73. Still a good effort though. Glenn Marshall 70 total. Until next time, up the Jers. Well done, Glenn and Lisa. Perfect score for Burton Cook 69. Meal for 2 with a terrible view. 69 for you guys. Yeah, don't worry, Skull. I've gone with, I think there's been a bit of confusion with kilometres squared where I've looked at the answers. So Thirlmere as well would be on there. I cycled around it the other week. I know how long it is. So Thirlmere is on there as well. There's a little bit of a problem there, I think, with where I've taken the answers from. Lightfoot's 86. So Scully, you can add your mark on, don't worry. 75 for the Fletchers, 61 for the Lambs, 83 for the Knots, brilliant. 80 for Cookie, Sarah Cook. 83 for Mrs. Fletcher and Seth. 86, what have we got here? 22 out of 100. 81 altogether. Let's go back on here quickly. 94 for Scully. That's a great effort, Sam Scully. 93. Somebody said, watch your potty mouth next week. You might get chucked off. It's not me. I'm just reading stuff out. 82 with Coniston. If you've got Thirlmere on there as well, Joe and Kay, that's a great effort from your first one. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. Kevin Walsh gives him a 69 with 19 in that round. 92 for the McGraths. Tom Murphy, 70. Well done, Tom. Hope you got those questions that you missed. 92 for Karen Shankland. I think Darren Waters longer than that. I think there's a couple more that are in there. I think it's where I've taken the answers from, Karen. Burrabore, 89. Well done. Sarah Story, Hartlepool Storytellers, 89. Gary Horsley, Horsey Wilkinson, 87. No, I didn't fall off going off Thirlmere. That was just the other week. That was at Kirkbampton. 81 for Jeff and Linda. Well done. A great last round. 69 for the Bruffs. Glad you got back on, Penny, after that initial problem with the kickoff. And the Lightfoots have enjoyed it, which is great. What else? 82 with Coniston. Yeah, don't worry too much about that. Best ever. 90. Drinking flash, Dettol and bleach works better than drinking whiskey, vodka and gin. No need to wash the bog in the morning. Well done. That's a good one, that. 87 for the Allports. 79 for Martin and Suzanne from Dereham. 71 for the Cams in South Shields. Well done. Oh, put around 93. That was a 93 for Paul Fisher and the guys. 81 for the Melbrick Warriors, 87 for the Allports, Particle Monkey, 78. 85 for the Diggins Woods down in Leeds. 75 for the Fletchers at Dereham. 91 for the Nicholsons on Woodville. And the Addicots as well. Well pleased. 78 for the Parks and the McFaddians. Can't wait to see it next week. Oh, that's good. Even with the technical issue. 91 for my cousin down in Brentwood, Ben. Thanks as always. Great quiz. Good to hear from you, mate. Hope you're well. 81 for my Auntie Barbara. Thank goodness for geography and history. Penrice is 88. We've read out a couple of those ones. 83 for the Nuts. And Nick Mandale and Ian Buchanan reminiscing about Amsterdam and their visit there. Some of the lovely art galleries and stuff like that they went to, which is nice. It's always nice to spark something like that off. 80 out of 100 for the Hannahs in Bradford. A good last round, making up for poor bits and bobs. In other ones. So what's our highest score tonight? Sam Scully, 94 out of 100. That's going to take some beat. Did somebody have 95? We're giving you 94. The only question there was a slight balls upon was the Lakes one. I think it's got kilometres squared on there. I think that's where it's gone. It's gone a little bit wrong, but you know, there's always something. Can't get it perfect. But I have to say, some really good scores tonight. Got a message coming in there. People at Kerry Diggins says they're loving our Cockermouth Creek quiz on a Friday night. Well, it's good that people are enjoying it. 94s and 95s, tremendous effort. Some great scores. Nobody having a stinker. Craig at 61, but he's had a great. It's made his night after the week he's had, and a shout out to Angil was brilliant. So sorry about the 15 or 20 minute hiatus there with the technical issues. But what we'll say is next week, if anything like that happens, just log back into the channel and I'll set up the live stream and we'll just get going quicker and we won't have that hold up. It's not happened before, so. It was the first time it's happened. So, you know, like the government in these situations, you've got to react to things that are going on. So our reaction will be next time, if we get booted out, we'll set up a live stream, log back in as quickly as we can, and we'll just get going on. And, you know, I think it was maybe some of the innuendos or maybe the mention of certain countries around the world who watch into these things and kick you off. So if I disappear at some point in the next week and I'm not heard of again, you guys will know where I've gone. Great stuff. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Richard Cook and the Cooks over there have enjoyed it. Had a good crack and a bit good. Mark Graham's enjoyed it. Sarah Story. Thank you very much for joining in and participating, having a bit of a crack, a bit of a laugh, and enjoying yourselves. If you haven't donated and you would like to, 76 for Jane and Nick Laidlaw. Great work, the Laidlaws. If you haven't donated and you would like to, if you have a look in the description, you can't look in the description of this video, but justgiving.com/crowdfunding/CCC Food Bank. We, as Cockermouth Cricket Club, are trying to raise as much money as we can for the North Lakes Food Bank. So we, as a virtual quiz community, can really put some stuff back into the community that supports us as a cricket club 99.9% of the time, and also help out the most needy in our community at this time when people are struggling. So thank you all, everybody. Sorry it went on a little bit longer than it should have done. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for all of the messages and all of the scores coming in. It's brilliant crack when you get some of the messages. Some of the innuendos tonight have been quite titillating, to say the very least. Some read out, some not quite, but all were funny. So until next week, have a good week. Take care of yourselves, and please stay safe and look after yourselves and your family. On behalf of Cockermouth Cricket Club, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Take care.